Red. Like our face is gonna be after this one. Oh my goodness. Red. This is a long one today. So welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, can I say cracking open an old bottle? I didn't know I was gonna try to change it, but I didn't think about it until right before I said anything. We're re-cracking open a bottle of Crown Royal Apple. So, you can't give a review before the review. Don't look at that. I'm leaving it in. All right. So Mike actually had this one. A coworker had brought it to his house. He's had it in the fridge, right?
Yeah.
For a while now.
Sweating in the truck for the last few hours.
Right. Well, it feels like it's giving me the sticky vibe. I don't know why.
Well,
it's feeling like
maybe it was dripping.
It could be. You might have a puddle in the back of your car.
It's probably sweating.
Yeah. But anyways, don't have a whole lot about. I just cracked that, and I smoked green apple. Just cracking it.
Yep.
So he kept saying he had it. I should try it. I've had Crown, a million years ago. In fact, Chip, one of my friends, had got so drunk on it. He's like, I can't even smell it anymore. I can't keep it in my house. You need to take this. And I threw it on ice and guzzled it down. And I think I drank it in a day. Like it was like, you know what I mean? Like that's the one reason why I never bought Crown. So this is only 70 proof because it's the flavored one. MSRP goes for about $25. It's distilled in a Crown Royal distillery in Manitoba, Canada. Ooh, I don't know if I wanted that much. That one's yours. And
Oh, you gotta sample it.
So one of the reasons why he decided he wanted to bring it too is when we had Yukon Jack. This was actually supposedly released in 2014. They came back. So when we had Yukon Jack, I can smell the apple from here. I really can. I remember that was the first time we got a fruit in anything. Not that a Yukon is even. It was supposed to be honey infused, whatever. So, jeez, why is it always the second pour? I don't know. I don't know. It gets so heavy after you pour the first one. I get the second one. Oh wow, that is such a Jolly Rancher. Like a green,
apple.
the green
was anything.
Well, like the green apple Jolly Rancher. That's really sweet, and I'll be surprised if
not as tart.
If I don't cough, because there's certain things when I have a really strong
vinegar.
When I have a really strong peppermint, I sneeze. It's like if I have an Altoid, and if I have a really strong green apple, like when every time I eat a green apple, it makes me cough. I don't know what it is. So if I cough in advance, you'll know why. But this is really that fake. I used to do, what was it called? It would smell just like this. I had it pucker, it wasn't pucker bite. It was pucker something. Oh, maybe it was apple pucker. That's what it's called, apple pucker. And when I used to make my strawberry daiquiris, I would throw a little bit of it in there because it gave you that, and it smelled just like this.
If though between this and say Fireball, if to do a shot,
it has a cinnamon to it,
and sweetness.
It has I was not expecting the cinnamon.
It's kind of like an apple pie type deal.
It's actually a pretty strong cinnamon flavor. Not as much. I didn't get as much. I get apple on the nose. I didn't get as much apple on the taste. I actually got. I almost got more of the Fireball. So much of that,
which is like the sweetness.
I don't think I still have the pucker downstairs. The apple pucker. I think I finally threw it away because it was like 100 years old and was open, and I couldn't even unscrew the cap because it's all sugar, and because I haven't made a frozen drink in forever. Yes, you
so
like that?
25, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends what you're going for. I mean, this wouldn't be a bad pong shot game type deal because it's not going to kill you. It doesn't really taste bad. It's just sweet.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
No,
I don't. I was expecting to hate it but it is. it's like you said. It's like actually as far as flavored ones go, this isn't horrible.
No.
It's
just super easy. It's just it's right into the Canadian whole thing is where it doesn't really last long.
Right.
You 70 proof, you'd still end up being pretty. Because
No,
you guys are gonna sip it and sip it and sip it.
I know
and sip
Evan
it.
Williams has a 7. And they have an apple, and I think
Almost
Jack has an
everybody's
apple.
yeah.
Everyone's got an apple. I wonder where it compares
That
to
one
it.
with the dog's got all the fruits. There's one
The
dog.
bird dog.
It could
Bird
be
dog is that's a.
It could be because it is a bird dog standing there with his tail up.
I'm kind of surprised on it. You do get you get like a cinnamon apple. It has a combination. I was expecting to really actually hate this because you kind of were like, oh.
No, it's just sweet.
It's
just like super sweet and it's got the apple flavor and it's super apple nose. I don't know what we got going on here.
It kind of the coating. It's kind of a thick. It's almost syrupy, like in. It reminds me of the salted caramel one when we had that.
Oh, it's
like
not that sweet.
No, but that's what it reminds me of.
That one has like a syrupy
type taste. Yeah, but it's the same texture. Like,
yeah.
To me, it gives me that same.
And Crown itself isn't really bad.
No, I remember it being super smooth.
I think that's probably an 80 proof, I believe.
I think so.
Which one day we'll get that one as well, but this happened to be around.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a bottle like that up here.
I don't know if you would. Do you think that was anything like Yukon? I'm not thinking.
I just remember the apples.
I remember it, but I don't know. It's been. I haven't touched it since.
I'm not surprised.
Nope. We're gonna touch it right now, I guess. I'm actually thinking your other one over there, the little the cinnamon might have it.
Fireball.
Doesn't have.
I remember
smell.
this having apples.
Oh, I don't want that much.
Oh, you'll get it.
Don't give me that much.
Let's see the way this was gonna go down.
I didn't want it.
You want this show to last?
No. Not this one. Cut. Whoa. Whoa. That's weird now. This is nothing.
Now it's almost like a minty apple.
There's nothing like that. Yeah.
This is like a minty apple.
Why would we do this? Why would you pour this much? You're not allowed to pour anymore unless it's a good one. This is crazy. Yeah, this is like
it's like a minty apple. I think we said that the last time.
Ben.
Okay.
He's trying to kill me.
You actually get more of an apple flavor in this one.
Then the apple one.
I think you do.
An
apple flavor with a sweetness, and you.
Well, it's 100 proof too,
and
so
you feel
it's actually giving me a little hug right now. Like I got there was this.
Granted, this is a whiskey, this is a blend, but I don't know. I think if I'm gonna be, and this is probably half the price.
Well, I don't know. It's
$15 for this.
Right.
At 100 proof.
At 100 proof.
I don't hate this one either. Again, flavors is not for me, but I guess if I'm going to drink a flavor, I'd go with that one. This is easy to drink.
At least it has something.
This is like a minty apple.
You get like it is a weird, and now it makes sense. That I want to say, if I remember my notes correctly, back when we did it, they were the same makers that made Permafrost, and it gives you that same hot cinnamon, cool peppermint, or whatever it was that went to. Oh my goodness!
Let's see if we can make a different blend.
This really is a candied apple, though. If you like,
or
on a smell. It's really
the Jolly Rancher or those sticks that we used to get.
Yeah, but those were the Jolly Rancher sticks anyways. They were the same thing. You know what I mean?
They still sell them? Ball fields or whatever?
I haven't been to a ball field in a million years. You tell Ryan about all the stuff we used to get at the ball field, and Ryan's like, how do you...
Stick of bubble gum, remember those sticks?
Yeah, we were talking about...
Chew over 5 minutes and your jaw was killing you?
We were talking about the ball field, different things, in his review the other day, and I was telling him, and he's like, "How do you even eat the sticks? They like they hang out of your mouth." And I said, "You bite them, you fold it, you put it back in the back of your pocket, however." And he's like, "Oh, you break your teeth." And
so now you get a minty apple nose when you mix them.
I just went back to that one. You really do. It is really that sour candy
Smell.
Yeah, you get it on the taste too, but it's like a secondary.
Yeah.
When you first drink, you get this. Like,
to me, they're both wicked
You get
sweet.
the little cinnamon right off the bat, and then as you swallow is when you actually get the follow through.
Which this one would, I think, because I believe this has honey in it.
It is actually infused with honey, if I remember.
So that would, I understand why it would be so sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about honey in this one. I don't know.
It almost tastes like there's a sugar in it. It's that
It
sweet.
it could be.
It really does. It tastes like super sweet.
And even like he came over and he wanted on the rocks and we did on the rocks and
I think the sweetness would fight right through it.
it did.
It's just not going to water it down.
No. But then cold, it's even worse. It's just like, you know. So I'm like, oh, we got to put this away.
Oh,
Like I said, if you want that, go ahead, and I wouldn't get something else because I was like, no.
No, I know. I could see that, like even just drinking it. But honestly, that was my issue with Crown. Was he brought the bottle? He might have drank, this much of it, and then he's like, "Oh, have you tried the bottle? Have you tried the Crown yet?" And I'm like, "Tried and gone. It's done." Like the next day, I sent him a picture. I flipped the bottle upside down and snapped the picture of it. He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "It went right down." I don't know what to tell you.
I don't believe Crown is in the 20s, is it? I thought it was in the 30s, but maybe I'm off. I haven't bought.
I haven't bought it. I've never bought it, so I don't know.
I did.
You know what it is because even in the 20s, it's such a small. Is it even a 750 milliliter?
Is. I believe it is.
So it's such a small looking bottle. Like I said, bottles are deceiving, anyways. I don't even know if it's a 750 milliliter or not, but when I was drinking, When I was drinking the cheap stuff all the time, I'm like, there's no way I would ever buy a bottle of Crown because it was just so much more money than
it is $7.50.
Like $15 for a 10 high, and you get a 1.75 later. So,
Which is long gone.
No, the 10 high? Yeah, no, that's gone. It lost the whiskey war, and it's out. That's it. See you later. Never to be seen again.
No.
Came in last. Went out first. That's it.
Actually, I think we're done with all plastics, aren't we?
Yeah.
No.
No. Lord Calvert's in the plastic bottle too.
Grand McNish is too. Inverhouse is.
No, there's a couple of them. They're just not. They're not shelf worthy anymore. They're all getting dismissed.
I guess sweet, easy drinking. Not for me, but.
Not for me, but for those of you out there.
I mean, what we just had is.
I gotta be honest though.
Even
with the Yukon, well, just because it's super sweet.
That's like.
Yeah.
But
for those people that do like Amaretto on the rocks, or because there's a couple like of our friends and one of their mothers that come over, she likes every once in a while. She's like, "You got any more of that Amaretto?" Because that tastes like a nut of some sort,
right.
And they'll put it on the rocks. This is kind of in that same ballpark as any of them, like that. The other one that's salty and sweet, or the
I think I would take that.
The Fireball. It's all in your preference, I guess. If you like the
Yeah.
apple, like I said, my buddy down in Georgia absolutely said the peach one was phenomenal. Said you loved the peach one. So, but then there was one time she had bought me a bottle of insert whiskey here, peach flavored. She's like, "Well, I thought you liked peach," and I drank, and I was like, "Oh my god, it was so nasty." So hard to drink, and it was like the biggest bottle in the world because I'm like, I am never gonna get rid of this. I am never gonna get rid of this. It was just terrible to try to get through. I forget who it was now, but I'm like, yeah, please don't ever buy that again. Thank you for buying me one, but don't ever buy that again. That's just rough. So this is for someone. It's not for me, but it is definitely that green Jolly Rancher candy on the nose.
Yeah.
And you get it on a palate too with a little cinnamon. So it's not a bad.
And so they did exactly what they were going for. It's not our cup of tea.
It's a better nose than the Yukon has a funky nose.
Minty nose.
It is a minty apple, which is a weird combination.
And combined, it's not too bad.
It drinks better than it smells. When you bring it to your nose, you're like, oh, you almost want to drink it like this.
I don't. It's a minty.
It's just a weird. Yeah, but who heard of a minty apple? Like that's not a combination. Exactly. But it's just like oh, I want that minty apple.
And that doesn't drink bad.
No. No, I think we said it in the review. I still don't hate it.
I'm still shocking that. Yeah, because you were dreading that one.
No. Well, that's because
Willy Whistle, but
it turned me into Willy Whistle. It wasn't. I was right. It
we
wasn't.
Still, bottom line,
it wasn't that one as much as Southern Comfort.
I know,
actually
but
rocked my
we
world
have
one day.
Totally NX that one.
Yeah, no, thank God.
No, at some point we're gonna have to do it. Maybe we'll just get a little one though. We'll get the handle.
Yeah, no, that one was one that used to be my shot of the day until I got absolutely.
I didn't do shots of it. Oh, that was
I would no. If someone would go, hey, you want a shot at the bar? I'd be like, yeah, give me Southern Comfort. That was always my shot. It was just my shot until I drank so much the world went like a bad TV screen. It was like whoop whoop whoop. Bad days. Like those silly younger days. But yeah, and then if I even smelt it, I'm like, it's in an Alabama Slammer, and I took one sip and almost barfed all over the place. My first drink, I was like, whoa, it's in there. I can smell it. So, anyways, there you go. Crown Royal apple. It's not bad. Give it a try if you want. Not for me. I won't be going back to that one. I can tell you that.
I know I'm not supposed to categorize, but it's more.
It kind of was described when I went on their website just to see what they had to say. Was that for those that are trying to, ease your way into it's kind of like those that like moonshine. Then when I was down in Gatlinburg, they had all the apple pie moonshine.
Apple pie, yeah.
They made that for those people that don't like the taste of the corn whiskey and that wanted something sweeter and easier to drink, and you know what I mean? That's where this comes in. Although I think Crown Royal is probably one of the easiest drinking whiskeys I've ever had anyways. But this is for someone. So you know what I mean? Where someone that wants to dip their toes into the whiskey field. So, all right, he wants out. So there you go.
Well, look.
That being
and
said,
it's not even a happy
pour some more.
No,
You should pour some more so you can do a shot. Let's do a legitimate toast. You're gonna have something in your glass.
If you want to be a smartass.
No, thank you. I'm done. So, all right, there it is. So, that being said, spend less, drink more. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
That was a good choice on your part.